Hi guys, welcome to the muscular system. So I have really toned this down from the skeletal system. So hopefully this helps you a little bit more. But if you ever have any questions, you can always email me. Many of you are very good at this. So first, we're going to talk about the functions of the muscular system. So it functions in two ways. The first way is involuntary, which means that some of those functions of the muscular system of those particular muscles help you breathe, make your heart beat, and help move food through your digestive system. So involuntary means that you don't have to think about it. Your body just automatically does it. The two types of muscle that do this are cardiac muscle and smooth muscle. We'll jump into what those are in a minute. And then the second function is voluntary. This means that it helps with that particular part of the system for things like playing piano, running, playing video games, and throwing a ball. These are things that you actively have to think about and actively get to move. So the type of muscle that this is skeletal muscle. So there are more than 600 muscles in the body, which together account for 40% of a person's weight. That's quite a bit. And then you have muscles help with posture, joint stability, heat production, and production of internal organs. The predominant function of your muscles is contractibility. That means that it gets smaller. So that's the main function. And nearly 85% of heat produced in the body is a result of muscle contraction. Then there's types of muscle cells. So there are three types. The first type is your skeletal muscle. It looks like this on a cellular level. So it's got striated muscle fibers. Striated means like these little stripes on here. It's under voluntary control, which I explained previously, means you actively have to think about moving these muscles. And it's also directly attached to bone. So that is why it's called skeletal muscle, because it works with your skeleton to be able to move those muscles. It's responsible for skeletal movement, just like I said. So anytime you raise your arm or kick a ball or anything like that, that is your brain telling your skeletal muscle to move to whatever bone it's attached to. The next type is smooth muscle. Smooth muscle cellular looks like this. It's a kind of globular. There's no striations. It has a nucleus, just like here. So it makes it a little bit different. And it's a lot smoother looking. It's found in the hollow internal organs like blood vessels, your GI tract, bladder, and your uterus. It's under involuntary motion. So this again means that your brain doesn't have to think about it. It just does it. It's non-striated, like I said, so there's none of those little stripy thingies. And it contracts smoothly and rhythmically, which means that it just does it. The easiest thing to think of is like your GI tract, which is your gastrointestinal tract. So that's from your esophagus all the way through your intestines. So your body is moving globules of food from your mouth down through your stomach, your intestines. So it has to contract smoothly and rhythmically. The last one that we'll talk about briefly is cardiac muscle. So cardiac muscles look like this. So it's kind of a combination of your skeletal muscle and smooth muscle. So it has striations and it has individual nuclei, but it also is rectangular shaped. So many cardiac muscle looks like this. It's found in the walls of the heart. Cardiac means heart. So that one should be pretty easy to remember. It's under involuntary control again, which means that you do not have to think about it. It just does it for you. This is what pumps blood through your body. Like I said, it's got one central nucleus and it's striated. So it's a combination of both. And it contracts strong and rhythmically. So that means that it's doing a lot of work. So it's the workhorse of your body. It's pumping blood constantly and rhythmically. That's what the da 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 in your heartbeat. That's cardiac muscle at work. So let's go ahead and jump into skeletal muscle. So I'm going to break this down per part of your body. Skeletal muscle is the biggest portion, but skeletal muscle, we've got our head and neck. So these are the muscles that are attached to your head and neck. Now, again, I'm not having you remember these. There's a lot of muscles in your body. Once again, I had to remember all of these for my human body class, but I am not requiring you to. We're in 8th grade. We don't need to worry about it. There are 4 pairs of muscles that are responsible for chewing movements. So when you chew, it's also called mastication. There are 4 muscles in charge of this. And those are, for their size, are the strongest muscles in the body. So the muscles that do that are your masseter, your sternocleido something. Sternocleidomus. And then there's a couple other ones like your buccinator. And then there's also there's another muscle, and I can't remember its name. It is early in the morning, guys. So, but those ones help with those. So those are relatively short muscles and small muscles. That's why they're considered the strongest for that size of muscle. Then we jump into the trunk, which the trunk is the middle part of your body. So like your abdomen and your back. So these are what muscles are in the front part of your body as well as the back part of your body. The trunk part, like I said, is your abdomen right here, and then your back, including your gluteus maximus, which is your bottom. All right, so this is involved primarily in the process of breathing, at least with the upper portion. So these front muscles here, they are involved in breathing mostly. There's no bony reinforcements or protection on these, so they're not directly, attached to a skeleton necessarily, because they do help with breathing. Thoracic wall consists of 4 muscle pairs arranged in layers, and the fascia that envelops them. So fascia is like, if you've ever cut meat, or even, I'm going to go back to being a hunter, the silver skin is what they call it. That's fascia. So anytime you want to eat meat, you have to take that off. So don't eat that. Don't eat human meat either, but neither here nor there. But it is that silver skin. So we also have silver skin as humans, but it's layered. It's 4 pairs. The human body is pretty evenly matched when it comes to muscles. There's always one muscle that does one portion and one muscle that does the opposite. So. And then let's talk about the extremities. So the extremities include your arms and your legs. So here's some muscles in your arms and in your legs. And this isn't even all of them. And obviously I've blocked off some. The leg muscles themselves are actually the strongest muscles in the body, but it's because they're huge. So remember the difference between the ones in your face versus the one in your legs. The one in your face are really small, but they are the strongest for their size. So the muscles of the upper extremities include those attached to your scapula, arm, forearm, wrist, and hand. So a ton of muscles do make your arm move without you even, you have to consciously think about it, but you don't really think about it. In fact, there are 20 or more muscles that cause wrist, hand, and finger movements. So anytime you move your fingers, like if you spread your fingers wide and you feel it, you can kind of see the muscles at work. It's really cool. As far as the legs, the largest muscle masses are in your lower extremities, like I mentioned, and they're attached to the femur. So your femur is the thigh bone here, and look at how many muscles there are, and look at how long and large they are. And they're very important. They help with your stability. So. All right, moving on to smooth muscle. So smooth muscle is involved in things like your GI tract, again, your bladder, which is what holds urine, uterus. They are smooth muscle. So they're used by these various systems to apply pressure to vessels and organs to help move things through. That's their purpose. These muscles consist of actin and myosin proteins. These proteins cause rigor mortis in bodies after death. So this is what causes the stiffness in a dead body. For those of you that are interested in true crime, they can tell when your body enters rigor mortis because we've studied it, and they can tell when your body gets out of rigor mortis when the actin and myosin finally run out of their energy. So this is actually a really cool GIF. I hope it works. This is myosin moving a muscle against another muscle. So I love this gift. It is really cool because that's literally what myosin does. It walks along muscle, muscle fibers, and then actin does the opposite. It's really, really cool. All right. Last thing is our cardiac muscle. So that's our heart muscle. This is what your heart looks like. It consists of 4 chambers. We're going to go into a whole section of this. It is probably, besides your brain, one of the most important organs in your body. And it also has the muscle, like I said, that has the most important job. So the heart is a muscular pump that provides the force necessary to circulate the blood to all the tissues in your body. So it might be easy for blood to go to your legs. It might be easy for blood to go to your head, depending on what you need it for. But your body still has to deal with gravity. And so this helps, to overcome gravity. Its function is vital for survival because tissues need a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients, and those metabolic waste products must be removed. So, like, for example, your body uses oxygen to do its due diligence of making your work, and then it exchanges with CO2, which is carbon dioxide. CO2 is a metabolic waste, so your body has to get rid of it somehow, and that's through the cardiac muscle. A normal adult heart pumps about 5 liters of blood every minute. 5 liters would be 2.5 bottles of pop, of the big 2 liters. 2.5 bottles of those. So just think that's per minute that an adult like myself, as long as it's healthy, it will pump 5 liters of blood every minute. If it loses its pumping effectiveness for even a few minutes, the individual's life is jeopardized. So if your body starts to lose the ability to carry oxygen to muscle or to different things like muscles or other muscles or blood supply anywhere, you have an issue. That's why heart problems are such a large issue. And it's really important to stay healthy, at least to keep your heart healthy, as well as, some people are born with birth defects where the heart is affected. Those are serious because, like I said, even for a minute, your body starts to, have some issues. So, all right. If you have any questions, let me know and I can help you. I'll see you guys next time.